In Matthew 10:34-36, Jesus said, "Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace on the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household." This is a harsh teaching, but it's understandable. Matthew 10:34 lies in the middle of a text where Jesus is sending his followers out as preachers of righteousness in a very hostile world. Though there will be some who are receptive to the message, there will be hostile opposition and persecution as a backlash. He refers to and actually quotes from Micah 7, verses 6 and 7, where the godlessness of the people in the community has brought societal upheaval and even family chaos. In Matthew 10:34, he takes a prophetic stance similar to Elijah. He has come as a preacher of righteousness to a spiritually wandering people, but he has come to restore, and the way to do that is to confront the prophets of sin, as with Elijah, or to bring the sword of the Lord, as with Gideon. His coming would not be the restoration of Zion peace this time, which is Isaiah 2:4, but the stirring of God against a disobedient people. And then in verses 35 and 36, Jesus quotes from Micah to make the connection. He has come in righteousness to confront sin, to preach restoration to a people in exile, but the people will not hear or turn, just as in the days of Isaiah. That's in Isaiah 6:9-13. Jesus' own family turns against him, as do his friends and the people in his town. He stirs up conflict, as Elijah, Jeremiah, Isaiah, and the other prophets did. In this case, it's not an abomination, but the word of the Lord. So what's the application to us today? Don't expect as a Christian to be well received in culture. The pressure against us may be intense, and our commitment will have to rise to the same level or greater than the hostility. There may be opposition to the truth from every quarter. Expect it. The message of Jesus has the potential to divide even the tightest relational ties. Jesus is saying, however, that any persecution you experience will be worth the reward you will receive afterwards. Just as Isaiah, Elijah, and John the Baptist confronted their leaders with sin and got into trouble for it, so also Jesus and his disciples, so also us. Righteousness always pays a price. John White wrote, "Make no mistake, it is not Jesus' aim to stir up a hornet's nest in your family or in society. God creates institutions to work, not to fall apart. But sometimes a structure has been so undermined that it needs to be pulled apart and rebuilt before it can stand. We have a divine mandate not to forcefully change the political structure, but instead to infect it, sort of like a virus, with righteousness." Let's make every minute count.